Alright, ladies and gents, time to get homework 24 done. Today's background music is sponsored by Linkin Park, if you can hear it at all. Maybe you don't. That's okay, though. Okay, so with number 1 and 2, we are solving the system. They're set up so, with this way, and this one is actually pretty difficult. That one's not going to be too bad. So this first one is difficult for a couple of reasons. Number one, if you look at these coefficients, the numbers in front of the variables, none of them match up at all. And none of them are really easy to match up. You would have to change both equations. You have to multiply both of them by a different number to get those coefficients to match up. And so what I would highly recommend is actually take one of your equations and solve for a variable and then substitute it in. And I look at this first one and I notice if I divide everything by -2, it's going to go evenly into the 6's, and then it'd be solved for x. Whereas this equation, if I were to divide everything by -7 or by 8 or even by 5, they're not going to go evenly. I'm going to have to deal with fractions. So this one, I'm going to go for substitution because it can be solved for x with only 2 steps. Whereas elimination, it would take a lot more steps. So I'm going to take this first equation and I'm going to solve for x. So I got -2x plus 6y equals 6. I'm going to have to get rid of that 6y, so I'm going to subtract 6y from both sides. -2x equals 6 minus 6y. That 6 and the 6y can't combine, so don't try to. We got to get rid of what's in front of the x by dividing by the -2. And you divide everything by -2. So I got x equals 6 divided by -2, that's -3. And then you got -6 divided by -2, gives you positive 3y. So I got x equals -3 plus 3y. So even with all this work, we don't even have x yet. But now we can actually substitute it in. So I'm going to take this part here, the -3 plus 3y, and I'm going to put it in to this other equation for x. So my other equation with the new and improved x is going to look like -7 times -3 plus 3y plus 8y equals -5. Oh no. I am running out of room. It's -5 there on the end. Okay, so now I can start solving for y. I gotta distribute my -7. -7 times -3 gives you positive 21. -7 times positive 3y gives me -21y. And I have to add 8y, and that's going to give me -5 still on the right side. Combine like terms. The y's combine. I'm going to get 21 minus, -21y plus 8y. Sorry guys. Is going to give me -13y. And that all equals -5. I need to get my y by itself, so I'm going to subtract 21 from both sides to get -13y. -13y equals -26. -5 minus 21 is -26. Divide by that -13 to get y by itself. So I'm going to get y is, -26 divided by -13 is going to be positive 2, because negative divided by negative is positive. So I finally got one of my numbers. Y is 2. I'm going to take that, I'm going to plug it into that one for the y to figure out what my x is. X is -3 plus 3 times whatever y is, which is 2. So you get x equals -3 plus 6, which is just 3. So I now got x equals 3. So as a point, it is going to be 3, 2. Okay, this one was really complicated, more complicated than some of our, pretty much all of our previous homeworks. But you guys, remember, you're still, don't give up. Just keep persisting through. Do what you know you're supposed to. Be careful with all your little numbers, because you might mess up somewhere.